Okay, today I thought we'd talk about when is a robot road roller maybe not a legitimate robot road roller. What does that mean? Well, what that means is I've already done a video on this guy because I liked him so much. And since then I've been in contact with other collectors who have the same one, none of them with the box showing a robot on it. And I've also seen that famous, is that the right word? Let's say well-known robot dealers throughout the world. Almost all of them have sold this with the robot on it, but as far as I know, not with the box. And so until we see the box or see some ad copy that actually shows this same road roller with this same robot on the box, I think we have to assume that it originally came with the man driver and that the tabbed robot, which is legitimate, this tabbing and everything, I want you to look at that because we're going to be talking about that again a little bit later, might have been put on there by someone else who just really liked the look of the toy with a robot on it. Seems completely possible. Now, having said that, this road roller is one that I picked up a long time ago. It's a very early one. You can tell by the motorized bump and go drive system. Oop, Robbie's falling apart. But trying to put his arm back on. I think I'll have to get some glue maybe. But I really like the look of the road roller, but it comes with a little farmer, lumberjack, whatever you want to call this guy. See, he'd be pinned on there, and this is what the toy comes with. But I like the look of the road roller, so I put my own little Robbie type figure in the seat. Not to fool anyone, just because I really like the way the toy looks, and I like robots. But that same kind of mentality might be what led, to these other. This one, I'm fairly convinced, is a kit bash by someone. Just because this is the same robot that you see on that one. But they've removed the piece of metal on his hind end and took the two tabs that piece of metal that's slotted on there, took that off and just pinned him in there. He fits really snug. He's completely up here, his toes are jammed against there, his hand's been bent to the wheel. It's actually too tight of a fit, and they don't normally hold them on like that when the toy gets this big. I'm guessing that this one was done up by somebody, and you're going, well, why would someone do one up like that, other than explain why I display this one that way, my little guy. And of course the reason is if they're a toy dealer or somebody like that, they get a lot more money for the toy if it has a robot on it. I mean, just the raw road roller like that, I think, like I say, I paid maybe $30-35 for that. Granted, it's in very good condition. It could have went for $100, maybe $125. But as soon as you slap a robot on it, it could be worth anywhere from $600 and on up. You're going to pay more money for it. So that kind of explains why some people might kind of fake these things. Money, that's almost always the reason, right? So you go, well, am I upset by that? And the answer is no, not for me. I've never collected anything because I thought I could resell it later for more money. I've never really cared about that. I only collect things that I like and I like to look at, and it wouldn't matter to me if it was made out of paper. I like to look at it and they wanted hundreds of dollars for it. If it was worth having, I would probably pay that. It just comes down to whether you're collecting things that you like to look at and see versus are you planning on trying to resell it again later, for more money. So I don't feel ripped off. I always do like to know the correct provenance, the correct heritage of a toy. That's why I would still love to see some proof on this, because I really want that one to be real. Like I say, I think this one for sure was someone's concoction. Now that same Road Roller toy does come with a robot, but I believe if I remember right, the Road Roller itself is a slightly different color, and the robot fits in a little bit differently. And of course, this one over here I just did for my own pleasure, just because I really liked the look of the toy. It was very inexpensive, and I knew I could make a little Robbie figure to sit in there. But yeah, you just have to kind of know what your objectives are when you collect. And so I don't feel particularly burnt on this. I have absolutely no idea what I paid for it, but I'm sure I bought it from either, well, it doesn't matter who. Let's just say a toy dealer who's no longer with us, and I probably paid a fair amount of money for it. But that's fine. I bought it because I liked the way it looked. I still like the way it looks. It's still one of my favorite Road Warriors. I honestly do not even remember where I came up with this one, so I don't know if I paid a lot or a little or what. It's been around so long I've forgotten. And of course this one I do remember. But it just comes down to, why do you collect? And never pay more than what you feel something's worth, you know?